to the point where you're not really sure what it tastes like at the end of the day. Then the no part is, yes, there's still some people who still do Afrobeats, but now the thing is, are they doing it well? Is it what we're looking for? And you have to go with this as well, sometimes. So at a point in Nollywood, we had comedies ruling the cinemas. Now we have Yoruba epics. Nobody thought it was going to be like that. So again, who knows? Maybe there's another genre within that element that can even peel off another layer people can love. Maybe it's Afrobeat R&B or something, something, I don't know. But yes, I don't like when the thing that started it gets phased out, and it becomes very, very obsolete at the end of the day. Now, for this particular thing we're talking about, which is Afrobeat, I kind of agree with ID Cabasa. I mean, it stems from you not even going to your award shows, you not even supporting it. Now, even if your award shows are not doing well, like, they hear these people complain, this and that, blah, 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 fine. What are you doing to help it? I don't like people just talk and talk. Okay, what are you doing? Are you even
What's the
attending?
solution?
Yeah, what are you doing? So it's easy to point fingers. Again, it's also very easy to point those fingers and not do anything because doing something takes a lot from a person. So um, I really just hope that we see the beauty in ourselves because that's what the other people are trying to come and collect as well. They see beauty, but we don't know how to use it or utilize it or maximize it, into profitability or likability or whatever. So it's until they jumped on it before it became a boom boom thing now. Do you understand what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
So
right.
you have to make it what it's supposed to be before they even jump on it. You don't have
Mm.
infrastructure in place. You can't do concerts on a regular basis. You can't even track certain things. You don't, I mean, so I've said it, if we can only fix just electricity alone in Nigeria, where the average person can go and buy electricity, the only time they will take light is if that electricity runs out until they go and buy another one. You would see
Mm.
how many problems we would fix, you know.
Most definitely. I mean, this need to, should I say, in quotes, pander to the international audience. Yes, it was celebrated when the crossovers began to happen, and we felt that, oh, what we're doing here, the Afrobeats, the music, our heart and soul is transcending, or should I say, being transmitted all over the world. But when it's going over there and there's this feeling of, what, for it to penetrate more, we need to make it sound more appealing to them as opposed to doing it the way, like you said, doing it the way it's supposed to be done. Now, looking at all that, could that also play into what's going on? Talking about this next story kind of ties somehow into this issue. Now, Thames's manager, that is Muiwa Awoni, um, he offered some insights into the inner workings of streaming revenue in Nigeria. Now, in his breakdown, he revealed that streaming revenue accrues from streams originating from Nigeria being far less than that from streams from more economically developed countries. Now he said specifically that 1 million streams in Nigeria generates approximately $300. The same number of streams in Sweden, that's Spotify's home country, fetches between 8,000 and 10,000 dollars. Now, he blamed substantially low streaming revenue on cheap music subscription fees and a struggling economy as well. Now, looking at these numbers, Irabor, anyone who does music would say, okay, I'm not going to make much from Nigeria. Let me make the music more appealing to those who are out there so that I can get more numbers over there. And in turn, I'll get more money. Could that also play into the thinking when it comes to what ID Cabasa said, the sound of music changing?
Yes, certainly. Like I said, the audience has to dictate it. And the audience doesn't necessarily mean those who are, what do you call it now, those who are consuming the content. The audience can be simply those who are making sure that certain things are in place. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, sorry, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so my point is both people have great points.
Mm.
It boils down to what I said earlier. Can you put your own infrastructure in place? to even be able to track streaming revenue. Those who would acquire those streams, can they afford it? How many people can afford it? What is the terrain economically for them to be able to afford it? In the hierarchy of things that are important to them, what do they purchase? Is it food, entertainment, or entertainment? Like, what can they do? I was saying this on Film Focus, I think it was 2 weeks ago. I said, just like with the housing market in 2008, there's going to be a crash in cinema if we're not careful, just by monitoring certain things. If you look at the overhead of just running anything as an individual in Lagos today, how much do you spend if you have a car monthly? How much do you spend on electricity? How much do you spend on fuel? How much do you spend on food? Now, the red pill says they are going to be increasing their tariff to 8,005. If you look at it now, how many people will be able to sign up? I'm not saying that people won't sign up. Based on their ROI and their target, would they be able to meet that target for this particular market? So yes, the artists have to also eat because the country that they are in that does not have infrastructure is messing them up to be able to even recoup that money domestically. Now, the movies that come to Nigeria from Hollywood, they make 100 million, 200 million, 300 million, 400 million, 600 to maybe 800 million. If you convert that money is not $800 million. It's
Okay.
far. Do you understand? Now, yes,
Yeah.
it's doing numbers based on the currency here, but it's not doing numbers based on the currency that is marking everybody globally. So, yes, everything I keep saying, it will seem like I'm trying to be a broken record. The economy is a factor in making any of these startups, in making any of these streamers, in making all these people thrive in Nigeria. Even if we
Yeah.
bring out a streamer that is our own, you get, it's still going to cost XYZ amount of dollars to do, to recoup that amount back. You look at the disparity in the exchange rate. Yes, they both have solid points. You have to pander to who is giving you the money. And right now, that money is foreign, not even local. Even if you're making money locally, infrastructure is also an issue. Overhead is also an issue. Back to what I was
Yeah.
saying with the 2008 housing crisis that may happen with Nollywood if we're not careful. The overhead for keeping cinemas up. There's some cinemas that don't run AC anymore.
Imagine.
Do you get? So how much, like, if you look at it, well, anyway.
All right, Irabor, I guess I mean we can talk about this, at length because all the issues here and there are plentiful. But let's take a very quick break. When we come back in, we'll continue on the discussions here in the Grapevine on the Smooth Breakfast on Smooth 98.1. Don't go anywhere. Keep it tuned. I haven't been to the cinema in ages, man. Ages. Cinema.
Here you see.
I think last time I went to the cinema was 2021 or thereabouts. And the main reason was for that was 2022. Where I was working, it was like basketball. So I didn't even see front at all, be out to cinema. And then 2023 now came and all that, and prices started going up. I'm like, cinema that used to go for 1,000 naira for free popcorn and drink. Which day? And then to go to the cinema alone, you're spending 15, 20K. I'm like, wait, what's going on? That's only you. They haven't talked about, you want to maybe go with maybe a lady friend or some, that kind of thing. How much will you spend for that particular date? I'm like, I don't have that kind of power. May I just be my day, jelly.
People are using WhatsApp to date now. They will chat with you from now to tomorrow. You go see it in the song.
You know what they say now? Necessity is the mother of invention. That's the truth of the matter.
It is well.
It's wild. It's wild out there. Welcome back into the Grapevine on a Tuesday morning. Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life. 34 minutes past 8 a.m. It's the third day of June 2025. Yours truly, Ayokunmi here, ready to once again welcome you back into the world of great entertainment, just and so much more. The Grapevine is what you are listening to. If you're just tuning in for the first time, you are most welcome to the most amazing ride on radio. And you can join us as always on WhatsApp. That's one way to be a part of the show. 0809 is the WhatsApp number to send your thoughts in to us, your messages. We'd love to hear from you, hear your perspective. And if you want to shake any tables as well, you are most welcome to do so. The door is open for that. And we're also streaming on YouTube. You can find us at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. You can leave your comments there as well. Irabor still with me on this one, talking a lot of issues this morning. We've talked about streams. We've talked about ID Cabasa, talking about Afrobeat sounding more and more like R&B. Let us talk about something a bit more intense here, in a way. And this is former Big Brother Niger star Fraud. Well, that's F-R-O-D-D. In case you didn't know him, I think I said F-R-A-U-D. I don't know why he chose that name, Fraud. There must be a reason. But anyways, that's his nickname. His real name is Chukwuemeka Okoye. Now, he has opened up about being molested as a child by different house helps. Now, he claimed that he was physically molested by different by a number of them, except for his nanny. Now, he added that a certain neighbor also molested him. Now, he explained that he couldn't open up to his parents about his ordeal because they didn't give him the opportunity. Now, this revelation actually came against the backdrop of the recent admittance by controversial entertainer Speed Darlington, who confessed to allegedly, okay, well, he said he did, defining a 15-year-old girl before later claiming that it was all for clout and it was just to promote his music and so on and so forth. Now, Fraud actually urged parents, I beg your pardon, to pay attention to their children's behavior around adult members of the opposite sex. But this is something that it's a sensitive matter, but it's a matter that is very, very real. It's extremely real. And Fraud has actually come out to talk about this one. And I know that a lot of men who are listening right now, in number, not everyone, but a number of men, can think back to when they were younger and think about certain incidents like this that happened to them. But of course, they were never able to talk about it. Even those who talked about it, maybe to their friends and all that, they were hailed as, nah, man, you beat, so on and so on and so on. Even though it was an abnormal thing to happen. Now, we know that these things happen to, the girl child and all that, but there seems to be less of, should I say, a lens being placed upon the male child. And Speed Darlington, of course, he has, apologized to Naptip, and once he has also doubled down on what he said was for Klaus. He said the discerning mind or discerning eye would have known that he wasn't serious about what he was saying. But anyways, Irabor, weigh in on this one.
First of all, Speed Darlington, I think, see, I can't cuss on radio, so
thankfully.
It's just a silly situation where somebody would think that cloud chasing, part of the options would be to, say you rape somebody and you said it was a joke. Like, how is that even a joke to begin with? So, God be with him. That's what society has turned into, and also society had or still is turned into the point where, again, if you try to talk about something relating to men, it's almost like keep your mouth shut. Who are you? Are you not a man? Take it. And that's why you have men statistically dying quicker than any other gender. It's a thing that is a thing. I have a friend of mine who that happened to, and we still talk about it till today. And it affected him, sexually and all that. Even so it's an ongoing conversation. And there would be that argument where people say, you're a guy now, you enjoy them. I'd be like, well, it's not everybody that would enjoy those type of things, So it affects a lot of things that men go through. We don't even talk or process it. Like it's just stored somewhere. And whenever it comes out, it rears out in a very, very ugly way. So we need to look at everybody, not male, not female. Everybody is a priority. Everybody is a priority. That's why I'm against Black Lives Matter. It should have just been all lives matter, for example. Everybody needs to be taken care of. There is no, oh, this one, there's no disparity in my own opinion. Because if you're going to focus on one particular person, you're underserving the next person. And even if you had underserved somebody previously, like in the female gender based on what they are championing, you're still underserving the male gender, and who is the bedrock of the society, if not the male. So if they're not taking, so it's so you cannot do without the other. You cannot have a child on your own if you're a man. You cannot have a child on your own if you're a woman. So everybody needs to come to the party. Everybody should be a priority. So to fraud, I apologize. I'm sorry for everything that has happened to you on behalf of every human being, because it's not supposed to happen to anybody.
True.
It's not supposed to. There are measures that have to be put in place for said things and such things. And the person, again, if you look closely, those people who do these things, they too are traumatized from something that may have happened to them. So
Right.
again, the cycle has to be broken. That's why I speak about the family unit. That's why I keep telling people it's not about giving your kids tabs. You have to keep tabs on them, not just give them the tab. Like you have to really, 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 really put yourself, in your kids' lives. You need to be there for them. If you know you cannot do it, no go born. Don't have kids. If you know you cannot do it, don't do it. That is why Ayo, me, and some other guys, we not get baby mama. Not be say we not get who no there at least. But it's just not make sense. If it so happen mistake, like look, so this whole thing, we have to be responsible individually as people, collectively. Not if this is not government matter now. This is like us as human
True.
beings put our best foot forward to try and call out things that are just not right at all. Do you understand? Like you cannot see this kind of there was a movie that was released. I think it was 2 years ago. Like, I can't remember. And it was like they didn't even. So there was a rape issue, but they didn't attend to it. It was just brushed off. And remember, I was like, this is bad message. Do you understand? Like those things that people just say, they rape and I know, we'll move on. And things happen.
It becomes
Like
normalized.
I mean, and they didn't attend to it. Like they didn't attend to it. I spoke about it, and the DMs I got was like, now wow, we even hail Nollywood first, and I'm like, huh? So it's like when you talk about serious issues, people focus on the like it's like presidency. Like let Yoruba get one now. It's not about let Yoruba get one. Let's get the right person that will lead us, even if the person
Regardless
is
of
a
where regardless of wherever he or she is from.
do you get what I'm saying? So like look at it's like what I've discovered, in the dating scene is similar across board in life, where people they want a great leader, like Nigeria. Do they even know what a great leader is? If a great leader starts putting things in place based on that great leadership, they are the ones that would even want to put him out because they are used to a certain system, certain way that pleases them, that rewards them. So it's like, it's like a girl that is telling you she wants an emotionally intelligent guy. She doesn't know. She just heard it, and that's what she should say. When she meets the emotionally intelligent guy, she's not going to feel content with that. So again, we need to educate ourselves. We need to be more enlightened. We need to be open to criticism, open to change, the real change. We need to be able to talk to each other with love. Say, guy, they try for this area, and you two should not take it that this person about Bele is after my. So all those little things, and these things start from the society, the schools, the family unit, everything to get better people. If you go out there and engage with people, you just be shocked, like, which kind of people be on this one? Do you understand? So again, back to fraud matter. You see how very layered this whole thing is. Like we can simply just say, oh, fraud got molested. Oh wow. And some people be like, oh, now man, now leave him. Who knows how that has affected him?
True.
You get. So we need to, from those levels, try to correct these things. That's how it can work.
But there's something you said that when you go out to interact with people, you find out what kind of people are these ones. Even from social media, you can actually see the sort of thought processes because you see certain things and then you want to comment and you kind of hold yourself because you know that majority of people who respond to your comments are going to attack you, even though you are saying the right thing. You can see something that is out of place or out of order. You comment on it, and then people are bashing you. Oh, what's your business? It's not your concern. This and that, and you just begin to wonder. I mean, if this is what we're dealing with as the norm now.
Mm-hmm.
Where exactly is it that we're going? Because I know that we grew up in a society where things that were out of place, things that were not normal, were called
Mm-hmm.
out. They were called
Yeah.
out. There was no issue. They were called out, and people understood that it was being done from a place of this thing is wrong, it's reprehensible. We need to speak about it. But now, just make a mistake and comment on something that sees an anomaly. You know
It's
the kind
like
of reaction you're going to get.
they are saying their truth. Leave them. You're not perfect. This one, that one. You be like, eh? I thought the truth is Jesus Christ. You know.
That's the world. That's the world we're living in right now.
Not
It's
comment on anything again. Like, is that I'm shocked we're still doing grapevine. You can't comment on anything again in this life. Like, it's like the moment you even voice an opinion on something, you just say pim, ha, hmm.
game
It
over,
is
just like
it is
that.
it
Game
is
over,
well.
just like that. All right, Irabor, before we wrap up the show this morning, just wanted to talk about Rihanna's father, Ronald Fenty. He passed away at the age of 70 after a brief illness, and I mean, I think the news came not long after it was confirmed that, of course, Rihanna is pregnant with her third child with her partner ASAP Rocky. She had a rocky relationship with her father. I mean, I read the report and I'm like, wow, so this man did this, did that, and so on and so forth. But I mean, he's gone now. He's gone to rest now, and so on. And yeah, well, on one hand, may he still rest in peace. On the other hand, it's also an indication that when it comes to your parents-child relationships,
Mm.
I don't know if there should always be a way to mend the fences, at least before one person or the other leaves this mortal realm, really.
It is a very dynamic situation. It's very see Rihanna now, global superstar, Fenty ambassador, Fenty owner, blah blah blah. Look at the relationship she had with her dad. If you remember the Chris Brown situation, she also was violent towards Chris Brown. From what I even heard, she initiated it at first. So, like, where would that stem from? You would think. Why would a lady be behaving like that? Even us as men, we would not want to go and fight a man that is bigger than us because we know, say, something will happen. I'm not digressing, please. I'm here. So what I'm saying is everybody has something. The question now is how do we get over it to become better people in society? Who knows how that daddy matter would have affected Rihanna to the point where maybe she's compensating or overcompensating by doing certain things because of those things. Which is why I say I think our parents did not, and I'm not on them. I don't think they really did a great job because they didn't even understand what it was. Because those
Mm,
before them didn't even know what to do. They were traditionalists, they were not, open-minded to a degree where they could understand what good parenting is, where you can talk to a child without just smacking sense into them. Don't get
yeah.
me wrong, hold the rod though. There's some people that need it to. She understand, but I'm saying. So, I'm saying.
I'm inclined to agree with you on that one.
I mean, so there are a lot. See, if you just ask some questions, you see that a lot of people are going through one thing or the other. So all I'm just saying is those who are new parents that have now learned, or to a degree, learning what good parenting is, please do your best to make sure that we don't repeat that cycle
Yes, indeed.
for the next generation, because we are already doing it by just being frivolous with the kind of with the ways we treat our kids, where in a sense that if they just complain, just give them a tab. If they just give them what they want. Nobody is really hands-on because we've now learned it. We are still not trying to change. See, may God help us. It's a serious matter.
Mm. It is well, even in the well, as one of my former teachers used to say. All right, let me take Tayo's message here on WhatsApp. Tayo says, dating via WhatsApp, Irabor dropping wisdom. I have spent this money and chain poverty. I don't understand, Tayo. Why is it my name that you are calling? Why? Why me?
Date
As
via
the band
WhatsApp.
said.
Chat all the chat. Use your so that by the time you go on dates, it's not dates, you'll be discovering all the palava.
You understand? Tayo further says, issues of defilement and molestation are no joke. Everybody should take it very seriously. I don't think it's over for Speedy's alleged situation, but let's wait and see. And RIP to Rihanna's father. All right, Tayo, thank you for your message. This is James here. James says, sadly, many of the primary perpetrators of children molestation are the people you'd never expect, such as their uncles, aunties, teachers, neighbors, and the likes. Almost always is someone in the inner circles. It's hardly ever a stranger. It's usually someone within that inner circle. Sad stuff, but that's the reality of the world that we live
Judas
in
betrayed Jesus now.
right now. What did you say, Robert?
I said Judas betrayed Jesus now. Inside that now. Inside man.
Now, so it be. All right, James is hailing you, Irabor. Says you're speaking facts.
James, morning, man.
All right, Irabor, thank you so much. We need to wrap it up. Man, time has up. Oh, wow. Okay, we need to wrap it up and call it a morning, Irabor. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure having you. Always a great time with you on the radio.
Pleasure always, Ayo. I would have given my handle as Irabor 100, but I don't have handle. Even the Irabor Okosun, Instagram has taken it. So please, I beg, if anybody's an IT person, help your boy, I beg. Help your guy, help your guy, help your guy.
I don't know what
I don't know what's going on. Let's buy a new sustainable economy.
I don't know what you and Oris have done to Instagram because both of you seem to have issues with your IG pages. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Oris's handles have gone from Catch Oris now to Catch Oris Grab to Catch Oris there. Catch Oris there.
I think they've caught Oris finally. They've caught him finally. I can't explain it any other way. They've caught him finally. Exactly. Oh my goodness. All right, Rabba. Gotta go. Thank you so much once again. Have a great Tuesday, man.
Thank you so much, man. Take care.
All right.